So you've got your perfect base, your foundation, your illuminator, and your concealer on. And now let's talk about contouring the face, so reshaping the face, but more important, bringing back the natural elements to the face that foundation often takes away. Foundation is beautiful in that it helps to even out our skin tone, but often what it will do is get the face looking one-dimensional or quite flat. So introducing a bronzer or some kind of a contour product will really help to lift the face, make it look healthier, but also correct and contour areas of the face that you're trying to enhance or of course hide. So let's get started with two of my favorite products to do that. Of course, you can use our cream contour stick, or you can use our compact. Okay, so there are a couple of different colors that you can try, and of course if you want to, you can also try using one of the loose foundations to contour or one of our compact foundations. So ultimately this particular step is just a product that is going to be darker than the foundation, but of course suit your skin tone, so whether it's warm or cool, and preferably using something that's more matte, because we're going to be trying to draw attention to cheekbones and make certain areas where we place this particular contour product more hollow. Okay, so let's get started with the cream stick to start with. I love using this product around the temple area, and of course on the cheeks and around the jawline. So I'm going to show you on both sides of my face how you can use the cream versus the loose. Now it's ultimately placing this just here. Now if you've got a smaller forehead, just keep this contour to this area here. If you've got a larger forehead, you can pop this contour all the way across. Okay, like I've got quite a larger forehead, so I can actually take this right across. Smaller forehead, just keep this pigment color just here. All right, so then if you are wanting to use this to make your cheekbones stand out, of course you can place it underneath like that. Making this darker is going to make the cheekbones look bigger. Now, if you've got quite a larger face and you want to make it look narrower, you would run this line downwards like that. If you've got a more narrow face like myself, you would run this across, so blend it across ways. Okay, and that's not going to draw or make the skin and face look more drawn. Okay, it's going to create the illusion of a wider face, which is a really good tip for those of you like myself that are getting a little bit older and maybe a little bit more sunken in this area. Now you could definitely use this as a bronzer as well and place it up here. Again, the same rule applies, either downwards if you're trying to create more of a skinnier face, or crossways if you're trying to make that face look more fuller. Again, along the jaw line, if you've got quite a square face, you might want to pop some here just to help hide that square and give more of a narrow jawline there. Okay, and of course if you've got a little bit of skin here that you're not too proud of, then you can definitely pop this underneath the chin area. Making that darker will give more of a nice concave, strong chin and jawline. Okay, so they're the areas that you can place it. You can also pop it on the sides of your nose if you're wanting to narrow the tip. So just place a little bit like that. Okay, you can blend this with a brush, you can blend this with your fingers, you can of course blend it with the complexion blender, which is what I'm going to show you today. Now, if you want to make this damp, you can, and then that will of course make this product a little bit thinner and the contour less intense. Mine's a little bit damp. It's not too damp because I want quite a bit of difference, and that's just blended that perfectly. Okay, corner of my nose. So really just try and keep blending on the exact spot that you've put it. You can see that that's given more of a straight line down my nose on this side. And you can already see how much healthier this side of my face looks to this side, because this has not only contoured and helped my larger forehead look a little bit smaller, but it's also given me a naturally healthy look or warmth to the skin where I may naturally get that from the sun. So it's just given that health and warmth to the skin. Okay, so just blending along here. Of course, if you want to make that a little bit thicker, you can do that. If you're somebody that suffers from acne and you don't want to cross-contaminate, what you can do, of course, is just pop this onto your blender rather than straight onto the face, and then make sure you wash your blender daily, and then you're not transferring any of the oil or bacteria onto your product. Now, I don't like to be, you know, two-toned, so I just very, very lightly blend into this part here and then along my jaw. Now, I don't have a square jaw, I'm quite narrow, but I do have quite prominent bones that stick out here, so that's why I place a little bit here. Otherwise I wouldn't do it because my face is quite narrow. Again, so if you've got a wider square face, you can do this, but if not, I would avoid it. Again, popping it down underneath the chin if that's needed. So again, just a really healthy look to the skin. Okay, so let's show you how to use this with the compact on the other side. Again, you can use our contour compact. You might also want to select one of the foundation compacts as well. Depending on what color you are in your foundation, you'd probably go 2 or 3 shades darker to use as a contour product. Okay, so this, I'm going to use our complexion brush. I just like that this is a little bit smaller and I have more control. So I'm just frequently dipping into the compact and blending. So you can see, whilst these are actually the exact same colors that I've selected, this is just a little bit more natural and a little bit softer. So for those of you that want more intense contouring, then you might want to opt with the stick. And for those of you that want more of a lighter, manageable contour, then you might want to use our contour compact. Of course, if you want super contouring, then you can actually pop the loose over the top of the cream, and that will really intensify that. So it really just depends on what look you're after. If you've got dry skin though, I would definitely look at maybe the stick over the compact. So again, it all comes down to whether you're trying to infuse, nourish and hydrate and look dewy, or if you're trying to mattify more of an oily complexion. So again, drier skins go with the creamier products, and your more oilier complexions, you can opt for the dry, more of the powder products. Okay, again, because I've got a narrow face, I'm going to blend out towards my nose, not down towards my lips. Down towards your lips is for those of you with a wider face. I like to go right onto my ear too. I don't like to have white ears. Okay, so there we go. And then a little bit, see I've got these bones that stick out here, a little bit over that just to cover that. I like to pop it behind my ears if I'm wearing my hair up too, because we're quite pasty there. And down my chin, I'm getting a little bit of excess skin that I don't particularly love. And there we have it. A little tip when you're contouring, if you do find that you go over the top with it or you haven't blended as well as you'd like, it's pretty hard to do that because these products really do blend flawlessly and effortlessly into the foundations. But if you do, just grab either your kabuki brush that will have a little bit of foundation and sweep over it, and that will get rid of any seams. So a seam to me is the difference between two products, a line, or you could even use your blender just to go over the edges to blend that away. Okay, and just finishing off on the side of my nose here. Perfect, we're done.